on May 3rd, May 2nd as well. It's a pleasure for me now to introduce to you the brand manager for the Western United States, Brian Hurley from Cazadores. Probably going to have a shot again. Thank you. This is Tequila Cazadores' third year partnering with Golden Boy on Cinco de Mayo, and we are again looking for another spectacular boxing match here at the Home Depot Center. Cazadores is very excited to be working with such great sponsors as HBO, Tecate Cerveza, Southwest Airlines, and Rockstar Energy Drink, and we are looking forward to working with some new sponsors to work with AEG, Home Depot Center, and Affliction. This sport of boxing has been a great fit for the brand Cazadores, and this is because Cazadores really feels that there's a lot of similarities. They're both rich in heritage, they have a proud history, and they're truly authentic. So on Saturday, May 3rd, when Oscar de la Hoya and Steve Forbes step into the ring, please raise a toast and have a glass. I think hopefully at this point you're all getting familiar with this. Arriba, abajo, al centro, adentro. Mejores deseos. Best of luck. See you on May 3rd. Hey, what about cheering?
Pasa la botella.
We'll pass it around later. Look at this beautiful venue. I mean, it really is amazing to have a boxing event here. Usually you have about 21,000 people for a Galaxy game. With the floor configuration, you can add another 10,000, so the venue will be set to accommodate about 31,000 people. It's going to be, the floor is going to be an amazing setup with like bars and food stations, concessionary, a little site for where we're going to have live entertainment with Sol de Mexico playing in between the fights, entertaining the crowd. So it's really going to be a very, very festive atmosphere. We're going to have, for the first time, they're going to be building actually field boxes which will accommodate special VIPs and so on, so that they will be open to the public as well. The tickets will go on sale a week from today, on Tuesday, so the countdown has started today. A tremendous interest already in the fight, a lot of pre-orders, so please come Tuesday, make your reservations, go and get your tickets, because this event will sell out. Just like in the last few years, every single one of Oscar's fights have been sold out. The ticket prices starting at $25, $50, $75. So it's going to be amazing. I mean, this is really one for the fans to be able to go and see. And you look at these seats; there really are no bad seats in this venue. To be able to go and see an Oscar de la Hoya fight against Stevie Forbes for $25, I mean, this is like unheard of. So I would like to thank, on behalf of all fight fans, to Oscar to make that happen, because I know as a fact that this is not about money. He could have made substantially more fighting somewhere else on pay-per-view. So this really is a thank you to the fans, and on behalf of all the fans, I want to thank you for making that happen. Thank you, Oscar. Well, it's a pleasure now to introduce Team Forbes. First, I would like to introduce his promotional team. Really an amazing group of people which we have a very close relationship, friendship together as well. And we have done many fights together, never had any problems whatsoever. It's always a great pleasure to work with you, with all of you from Contender. Amazing what you have done to the sport, the kind of focus and everything you have done, and it really is always a pleasure to work with you, and I do hope many more times we can do that. Thank you, Jeff Wald. I would like to thank as well Mr. Burnett, Mark Burnett, for putting that amazing reality series together and giving these young fighters an opportunity to expose themselves and tell their story and show their great fights. I'd like to introduce now and bring up to the podium Jeff Wald.
This is really exciting. I mean, what a beautiful day we've got for this. To do this in LA is exciting. To see the press come out here is exciting. I had the privilege when Oscar won his first gold medal in '92. I think one of the first shows he did was a show called El Show de Paul Rodriguez, where he brought the gold medal on. And then he did a show called Back to School. It was on the stage with Boys to Men at Garfield High. And then, I don't know if he remembers this, but then he did an exhibition I asked him to do for children's diabetes at the Beverly Wilshire Hotels. Oscar's basically, we have a long history with Oscar. It's taken some twists and turns, but I want to thank Oscar for all of this, because Oscar really is the last great superstar face of boxing. He really is. And hopefully between Golden Boy and ourselves, we'll bring along some new faces, and that's what Oscar and we've been working very, very hard to do. And I can't say enough about Richard Schaefer, my good friend Tim Lewicki, and the fact that the Mayweathers are involved in this just adds great excitement and color. And one thing that we all know is that boxing is entertainment, and Oscar is always about entertainment. Somebody said to me, when you got this fight for Steve Forbes, he won the lottery, won the brass ring. I said, no, we're in Hollywood. He got an Oscar. You know. He got an Oscar. Yeah, good. That's good. You explain it to the rest of the people, we're going to be fine. Oscar got it to two guys. I feel very relieved now. But all kidding aside, you know, there's been a great collaboration with DreamWorks Television, with Mark Burnett Productions, with myself, with Golden Boy, with Richard Schaefer. This is what the fight, the boxing should all be about collaboration, about putting on the great fights. The fact that Oscar is recognizing, giving an opportunity to Steve Forbes is just incredible and indicative of the way Oscar's handled his whole career. There's a reason why he is where he is, and it's not just the boxing skills. It's about how he's handled his life and how he's presented himself and all the things that he's done. And to come back here to Los Angeles and have $25 seats and be able to get just about everybody in here who, you know, to be able to afford to come and see an event like this is going to be really, really exciting. Steve Forbes was a 130-pound champion and mainly fights at 140, but at the contender, he fought at, what, 154? 147? 150. And so he stepped up and just went through every single guy out there, you know, and then for a weird decision at the end, he became the runner-up. But in our mind, he was always the champion. His post-career has been the same thing. He'll fight anybody, anywhere. He had a very strange fight with Demetrius Hopkins that the press who were there had him at 8-4 for him, and he didn't get the decision. You know, the good thing is, had he gotten the decision, we might not be sitting here. He got more attention and more publicity not getting it. And the fact that he was not a crybaby about it and didn't bellyache about it, but understood it and used it for his own good is also a testament to who Steve Forbes is. You got two guys here not trash talking, not bumping each other. You know, these are really skilled athletes. Oscar De La Hoya is an athlete in the truest sense of the word. So is Stevie Forbes. This is an athletic event in a phenomenal athletic facility. So without any further ado, I'd just like to mention his manager sitting there, Hardy Warren, who's been part of our team and done a great job. And we have some DreamWorks folks back there who came for this event tonight. I want to thank Lewicki again. I've been a thorn in his side occasionally, calling him at all inappropriate hours. And I'd like to introduce Stevie Forbes.
Well, I'll tell you, today's my birthday, and what a birthday present.
All right, happy birthday.
I definitely want to thank, first of all, God, Oscar himself, and Golden Boy Promotions. You know, my last two fights have been with Golden Boy, and they treated me like a champion. Rode out the red carpet, also with Tournament of Contenders, LW Management. I'm looking forward to it, man. I've always been considered kind of a underground type fighter. I mean, like hardcore boxing fans know who I am. And I gotta thank the Mayweather family, man. They you know, pretty much took me in since I was a teenager. I learned everything from boxing from Floyd, Roger, and Jeff Mayweather. So it's kind of funny, you know, I look at Big Floyd as like my uncle.